Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of Ramblings of a Grumpy Old Man. So, it's raining. You'll notice a different background. It was raining yesterday, that's why I didn't do another video. And to be perfectly honest, I had some things to do. So, you know. But here's what I want to talk to you about today. Alright, normally I would be sitting here complaining about something in politics. So, I guess growing up, I was always told that, if you want to make changes, then the only person that you can count on to make those changes is yourself, and that you got to do something. So, yesterday, on my day off, we did a little research, talked to a few people, and some of you may remember from my last video that I said that I was announcing my candidacy for Congress for 2026. Yeah, that's still on. So we're going to start getting stuff together and getting out and meeting some people. So if you see this video, subscribe to the channel. There'll definitely be more to come. We will be running for the 6th congressional district in Virginia. So whoever wins this election, look out, because I'm coming for you in 2026. I'm probably going to set up a survey at some point for people to take. Let me know if you live in a 6th congressional district. Let me know what your concerns are. Let me know what I can do to help you guys. Also know that if I do start this campaign and am able to pull it off, know that I have a past. My partner has a past, and we sat down and talked and decided that we don't really care what comes out in our past. Know that, I've been arrested. I don't have any violent felonies. I don't have any felonies. But I do have things in my past that some people are going to probably consider not very good. But know that people make mistakes. The difference is whether you learn from your mistakes or not. I feel like any mistake I have made, I've paid for, is behind me. So if you hear things, don't be surprised. Look me up. Ask me questions. I'm an open book. And, just know that I am not a career politician. I am doing this out of a place where I really want to try and help people. They say that right now in 2024, the economy's not great. Depending on which side you listen to. One side says we have a booming economy. One side says we've got a terrible economy. One side says illegal immigration's down. One side says illegal immigration's remaining the same, just under different guise. So, you know, I watched a movie the other day, and it was focused around three Republicans. It's called The Swamp, and I don't think that the movie came across to me anyway the way the people in the movie maybe felt like they wanted it to, because all it did to me was make me want to run for office. And I will be running on an independent platform. We're going to be more worried about grassroots things and kitchen table policies. I'm here to help the voters. So I will start making trips. We're going to start with city council meetings. We're going to start with county board meetings. Anywhere we can get out and hear what the public needs. So starting off, we don't have the millions and millions of dollars that other people have to run congressional campaigns. Hopefully we can get some donations and some support. As time progresses, I'm not asking for donations now. We're still 2 years out. I mean, if you want to send me money, go ahead, but we're not going to the campaign right now. Know that I have experienced life in reality. I'm not a college graduate. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an engineer. I'm not any of those things. I have had my lights cut off because I wasn't able to pay my electric bill. I know what it's like to live in the real world. I know what it's like to work for major corporations. I know what it's like to work for small mom and pop shops. So I have experienced life from both sides. I do think that any political discourse or rhetoric in this election really needs to be toned down on both sides. I find it amusing that yesterday it was put out that Vice President candidate Vance was complaining because people were calling Trump a fascist. But then in every speech you watch, Trump calls Kamala Harris a fascist. So you kind of gotta get away from a name calling and worry more about what affects your constituents, what affects the people directly that you represent. And I don't know what the outcome of this election is going to be, but I am here to say that I will be putting in my nomination for Congress for the 2026 election. So again, send me your ideas, send me your problems, send me things you want to see addressed. And I wish that I could say that I will make sure that all of those things are addressed. But I'm not going to lie to you. There are a lot of things that go on in American politics And a lot of corporations and big money people don't want to see certain things happen because that affects their bottom line. Believe me when I tell you that corporations are going to be just fine, and that we need to worry about what puts food on the table, what puts gas in the car. You know, whether you can find a job, whether you live in an area. I live in an area where right now, I guess the closest area to me to actually get gainful employment is probably 45 minutes away. So, you know, we've got to look at expanding job opportunities for people. Obviously, we've got to figure out ways to get more money in people's pockets. I've got some ideas. I'm saving those to put out at a later date. I'm still working on them. We're working numbers. We got to figure out, we just got to figure out how to get the people back on course. Because right now, I feel like in the movie, it's described by one of our congressmen as, you know, we're in a rowboat and we're all trying to get to the same place, but we're rowing different directions, and we just keep going around in circles. The gentleman that made that statement, from what I can tell, based off of his public persona, he and I aren't on the same page. But I think that he got into politics for what came across as the same reason that I'm making the decision to do it. And that's to help people, because I feel like that when he first showed up, that he truly wanted to help people. He just got led astray. He quit using his own brain and started listening to the people around him. I will let you know that I am a firm believer in the Second Amendment. I own guns, but I do also think that we need some common sense gun laws. When 6-year-olds are taking guns to school, there's an issue. When 14-year-olds are taking guns to school and shooting schools up, there's definitely an issue. So keep your ears open. Keep thinking. Hear me out on my policies. And once I put something out, think about it from a common sense standpoint, because that's going to be my platform, is getting back to common sense politics. We will be running as an independent because basically, I think both parties have some good ideas, things that I could be for. One party probably has more ideas than not that, you know, I tend to side with, but both parties have policies that I'm for. Being a vet, I would definitely be vote for anything that helps to further along our veteran population. I think more vets need to get into politics. because we're the guys that have been out there, you know, preserving the right for people to live their lives. And that's what it all really boils down to, is as long as you're out living your life and not harming others and paying your bills and making a life for yourself, then it shouldn't really concern me how you go about doing that, as long as it's legal. So let's get together and let's start trying to put this country back together again, because over the last few years, I feel like that we're so divided now that I don't know what it's going to take to get us back to some sense of normalcy, because I refuse to accept the fact that today's political situation is the new norm. I feel like we need to get lifetime politicians out of politics. I feel like we need to have term limits. We have them for the president. We need to have them for the Senate and the Congress too. So it's going to be an uphill battle. There's going to be a lot of people that want to hold on to their positions of power, because with power comes money. And believe me when I tell you that the money is not a deciding factor in the decision to make this run for Congress. It is don't get me wrong, they make good money. So I am basically applying for a job, and the constituents of the 6th district would be my employer. So I feel like that politicians lose sight of that. There's too much big money in politics, special interest lobbyists, NRA, as a gun owner and everything, as I've stated. I'm not an NRA member. I don't necessarily agree with their politics. So as we go on from here, if you're watching this channel from somewhere in the 6th District of Virginia, know that I will be making stops around your area. I don't know what that's going to look like yet. More to come. But I am going to be getting out and meeting people and talking about kitchen table issues. You know, I sit and I think that, when was the last time a politician showed up at my front door to sit and talk to me? Now, with that said, there's a lot of front doors, and I'm not going to guarantee that I'm going to get around to knocking on everybody's front door. But believe me that when this kicks off and when we do this, you're going to have the ability to see me and speak to me. It won't all be done through YouTube. This is just my way of getting everybody ready. I'm going to need to get some petitions signed to get me on the ballot. I got to get some signatures together. Roughly about 10,000. And I hope that I can count on anybody that has watched more than 30 seconds of any of my videos, that I can count on you to at least help me spread the word. Whether you vote for me or not, just say, hey, you know, I know that we elected this guy, but let's look at this other guy too. Because he's coming up in 2026. So let's make a concerted effort to get the word out so that people know all the candidates that are on the ballot and what they stand for. And hopefully people will make educated decisions based off of the information that they have and how the candidate makes them feel. So hopefully my ideas that I have, I'll strike a chord with some people. I hope. I will also tell you that career politicians, this is, you know, I sit and I watch the show and then I figure out why we have career politicians. We have career politicians because you guys work 2 days a week and then go out and ask people for money. And that in and of itself, I think, is where part of the problem is. Because instead of talking to the people that you represent on those other 5 days out of the week, that, you know, you're out trying to raise money for your party, which is another reason that I'm going to run as an independent. Would it definitely make it easier to pledge to one party or the other? Financially, probably. Probably be easier to get money to run this campaign on. But then, if you do that, then you're beholden to them. And I don't want to be beholden to anybody. I want my own, I want to make my own decisions. Vote the way I want to vote. So, this is a short video just to announce. So, you guys enjoy, and we'll be speaking to you later. Have a great day. Dxon2026.